Seeking listeners. Today is August 5th, 2025. It is Tuesday. It is 8:33 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And tonight we bring reporters from the front lines of conflict and the front lines of justice across the globe. Wars rage from Gaza to Ukraine to the Congo and closer to home. Inequality devastates American lives. It's time to speak truth. In Gaza, the Israeli cabinet postponed a major meeting on full military occupation amid international alarm and opposition from senior officials. The death toll has surpassed 61,000 Palestinians. Hunger is now routine with only 95 aid trucks entering daily instead of 600, and children continue to die at an average of 28 per day. Aid convoys trigger violence. Hezbollah threatens retaliation. UN officials are warning of catastrophic and demanding a ceasefire and hostage release. And I repeat that again. Hezbollah threatens retaliation. UN officials are warning of, I apologize, catastrophe and demanding a ceasefire and hostage release. Meanwhile, the U.S. military-industrial complex is replenishing depleted stockpiles with a $3.5 billion contract for AIM-120 missiles, fueling war in Ukraine and the Middle East. In Europe, Russia and China launched massive naval war games as the U.S. deployed nuclear submarines near Russia. The posture turns nuclear tension into everyday terror. Ukraine's President Zelensky called directly for peace talks with Putin after a catastrophic missile strike that killed 31 in Kiev. He urged world leaders to raise the pressure. In Africa, the M23 rebel offensive in eastern DRC has displaced hundreds of thousands, with Rwanda-backed insurgents seizing Goma and mineral-rich towns, fueling regional collapse and a humanitarian nightmare. Meanwhile, the Cambodia-Thailand border skirmish reigned into open conflict, only paused by a fragile ceasefire as nationalist tensions bubble beneath the surface. In short, global conflict is accelerating across continents, driven by power, resources, and old rivals, and the people suffer the consequences. Now, here is where I speak to the heart of our nation. We cannot allow that same indifferent system to dictate our lives. Where wealth is concentrated in a few hands, credit defines worth, and opportunity is behind locked doors. Now, right now, too many hardworking people in our country here in the United States can't afford a home. They can't afford a home. They can't launch a business, and they cannot feel secure, and that needs to change. I believe in justice for all, not just for the ultra rich or the elite. There should be no super rich and no super poor. Only a thriving middle ground where every human being can own property, can operate a business, and support their community. Imagine grocery stores or retailers owned by the workers, controlled by the communities they serve, not by billion-dollar corporations bleeding profit out of neighborhoods. That's the vision. When people can uplift themselves and own where they live, keep their earnings, and have a path to growth, we shrink poverty that way. We reduce homelessness that way. We fight addiction that way, and we heal broken families that way. We create mental health safety and stability. And that is what economic democracy looks like. It's not poverty relief. It is empowerment. So Peace Panthers, it is time. Demand policies that support cooperative businesses, community banks, small ownership retail, universal credit access, community land trust. That's what we need. We need to push for legislation to make ownership possible for every person, not just those with perfect credit. This is the only way to bridge divides, end despair, and rebuild America from the bottom up. That is the right way. And if you stand with this message, please subscribe. I'm asking you. I'm working toward 1,000 listeners, and every one of you helps spread this vision. Together, we are not waiting for crumbs. We are demanding the whole entire loaf. Now, that is your direct global war briefing and economic justice call, a vision for equality when injustice is everywhere. Stay strong, stay united, Peace Panthers. Please subscribe, uplift, organize. This isn't just talk, it's action. Until next time, good night and onward to justice.